Welcome to the YouTube enjoyers. Stay notice spam GigaChad.
My cock is fat.
Oh shit, I forgot to turn that down. This video will cover the reward of the new Abyss dungeon that you guys are getting soon. Now, I already covered the reward on my previous videos, which is gonna be in the link. So I'm not gonna cover all of them. I'm just gonna cover the important ones. First of all, this dungeon is 4-man Abyss dungeon, and it has 3 different levels. It's level 1, which is 1700, level 2, 1720, level 3, 1750. For the rewards, this is normal mode. If you gather all the new material, it's 20 per week. Level 2, 60 per week. And level 3, 120 per week. For the grade of the cores, level 1 starts from purple, level 2 legendary, and level 3 legendary as well. There is a first time clear reward, which is shared for all 3 difficulties. It did not have any of these mat. All the gold that you see is character bound. So if you're playing main level of character, then you can just do this, since level 3 gives 50,000 gold character bound, and you can just kick out the Act 4. But if you're playing something like Funnel Ult, then it might be better to do Act 4, Cathedral, and Seneca, and then do this raid as well without gold. But that's like too much FOMO, so if you value time, then just don't do it. Anyways, let's talk about this material. So with these materials, there's an NPC here. There are a lot of cores that you can select. And on the second tab, gems, and on the third tab, the materials. You can check out the details on my previous video in the link. Let me just cover the core part. So one-time random relic core, which is 1700 plus 10 and 20k. And this one is selection relic core, 100 of them with 50k gold, 1 time per character as well, 1720. Now the ancient core. This one is the selection ancient core, which requires 400 of each of these, and then 200k 1 time in your life on that character. 1760 required. And the rest of these 6 stuff are random. It's random from the category. So for example, if you choose the red sun, then from 6 of them, you get random ancient. These random ones, the level is 1750. The cost is 400 each as well, with 100k gold. And the random ones are something that you can do every time if you have these mat. Alright, let me go over some important stuff. So each of the level difficulty, it's 20, 60, and 120 per week. Even if you clear the highest one, which is 120, you will get it on week 4. And by week 4, you just need 400 pity core. Some of the people are asking, do we have to save these cores? I would say maybe by the time this raid comes out, maybe if you have a 100 core, then it's safe because you're not going to be able to exchange this until the 4th week of that new raid anyways. You also have to think about the fact that it's gonna become easier if you do this Abyss dungeon, since this Abyss dungeon gives 12 core at the standard of 1750, the level 3 difficulty, which is same as Seneca Nightmare. So anyways, I would recommend you to have maybe like around 100 core when the raid comes out. So by the time on the 4th week, you get 300 more safely. Now the next one, what should you pick? So this is like every 3 to 4 week exchange, right? There's a #1 researcher in Korea whose name is Furry Researcher. They're all in Korean, sadly. I'll at least link it if you can translate it into English. The summary is, the selection ancient core is something that you don't want to open right away. You will want to use it, like for example, when you're done with the 5 of the cores getting ancient, then rest of 1, you open this. Or when there's a very tough raid that's about to be released and you need some instant power gain, then you use this selection. Other than that, for the random ones, you would like to use it on the blue ones. Now this is the damage gain of the blue cores for DPS, comparing Ancient and Relic. If you see the Sun and the Moon, the bottom tier Ancient shows higher damage than the upper tier Relic, right? For example, Ancient Swift 2.75 is higher than the Relic Stable, and the Ancient Stable is higher than the Relic Flashy, which means whatever Ancient cores you get, as long as it's Ancient, and also you have good Astral Gems like high boss damage, then it's gonna increase your damage. So basically you have higher chance to win the gamble as long as you dodge the support options, which is 50% to win. But be aware, it seems like it's 50% win only for the sun and the moon. Because if you check the star, Weapon Ancient is lower than the relic attack power, and speed gives nothing. So if you're a DPS, you would like to gamble on the blue sun and blue moon, but not on the blue star, since this is something that you want to get attack power, which makes the odd 1 out of 6. Now for the supporters, I'm not sure since I don't play supporter, but Chad has been saying that the blue cores are pretty much fixed, which means the odd is 1 out of 6. That's bad, right? But the red cores, most of the cores are usable as long as it's a supporting core. If that is true, then for supporters, it looks like it's better to gamble on the red ones. So no matter how many of these purple essence you have, as long as you don't have enough of these, then you're not gonna be able to exchange them, which means you're gonna have leftovers of these essence. With those leftovers, you simply exchange for this 200 feature that you guys already have. Anyways, that's all for this video. Stay noticed, spam GigaChad. Peace out.